Heads up, this podcast isn't therapy. It's bold, blunt, and irreverent, but it's not a substitute for professional help. Full disclaimer is in the blurb below. Okay, if you've ever kicked a door because you couldn't punch your manager, congratulations, you've met Displacement, the psychological courier service that delivers rage to the safest address. So let's talk about displacement, the defense mechanism that makes you snap at your partner when it's your friend who needs a slap for being really cruel or mean, or whatever else you're displacing. Yeah, you get it now, don't you? So the history of this, Freud again, isn't it always? He first described displacement in the context of dreams and later in the neuroses as the mind's tactic of redirecting intense feelings from their true target to someone or something less threatening. Because yelling at your boss could get you fired. However, yelling at your brother, he'll probably just yell back. It's emotionally unwise, but the consequences equal approximately zero. So displacement shows up strongly from the phallic stage onwards, roughly age 3 to 6, where power, punishment, and social rules start to shape how we deal with desire and frustration. Displacement is when you take an emotional reaction that belongs in one place and throw it somewhere safer, smaller, or one that's more available. It's the psychic version of yelling at the waiter because your mother never loved you. It's how the human psyche says, I'm not ready to feel this, but I'll feel something somewhere. So the real life examples of this one. So the girlfriend who explodes because you left a dish out or the toilet seat up. She's not mad about the dish or the toilet seat. She's mad about the 5th time you dismissed her. And she can't say that. So she says, you never clean up. You always leave the toilet seat up, and then cries for no reason, seemingly to you. Then you have the woman snapping at her kids over a sock on the floor. She's overwhelmed, not by mess, but by something else, perhaps by being invisible. And the sock is just safer than admitting that, or admitting the truth that her partner hasn't asked how she is in weeks. Or the individual who obsessively critiques their own body. They're not just worried about weight, they're displacing grief, rejection, and control. It's not their thighs they're worried about, it's the emotional load that they store there. And then you have the guy who punches the wall after a traffic jam or a row with someone. He's not mad at the car in front, he's furious he didn't speak up at a meeting earlier. Now the drywall pays the price. Or the individual who goes cold on their partner after a fight with their father. They can't yell at their father, the dynamic is locked in, so they ice out their partner who loves them dearly instead. It's safer, it's familiar, and just unhealthy enough to feel like home. Or the guy who goes off at his friend for joking too much. The joke was just fine. What wasn't fine was his girlfriend's criticism last night. But saying I felt humiliated by someone I care about would require vulnerability and truth. So projection's cousin displacement shows up in a rage hat instead. And then we have day-to-day examples, barking at the barista or the person on the phone at customer service because an ex didn't text back, or crying over a broken shoelace that's secretly about your dying marriage, or getting really angry at your housemate because the laundry wasn't done. But essentially, you haven't had a heart-to-heart with your mother and you're really quite angry about that, and it's been going on for months. And that's really what's building up inside. So displacement is never about what it's about. It's your nervous system choosing an emotional decoy. So why should you care? Well, displacement ruins the relationships that are safe enough to hold your pain and preserves the ones that probably shouldn't. You confuse kindness for weakness and unload on the people who didn't earn the hit, and then you wonder why you feel so alone. It protects you, yes, temporarily, but it also isolates you. And that's a high price for a low-yield defense. So, how to change it? Well, track the escalation speed for one and ask, was my reaction proportionate? If not, look behind it, go a bit deeper. Then name the real target to yourself. Who actually triggered this emotional state, this emotional charge? Who are you afraid to be honest with? Then say what you couldn't say then. Try what I wanted to say was and complete it out loud, even if it's just to yourself in the mirror. Then redirect it consciously. Use safe rituals, walk, journal, shake, lift weights, wail like a banshee if you have to. Don't let your partner become your punching bag just because your boss has been unbelievably rude to you for the past month. So displacement is how we become the villain in the safest person's story because we didn't have the guts to confront the real antagonist. So if you've just realized that the person you've snapped at today wasn't the problem, you're not a monster, you're human. You just need to root your emotions by reflecting, cultivating an inner sat nav, and really getting behind the initial emotional charge, digging deep, excavating to see what is it that has really triggered you. Okay, so Freud made you do it, and I just made you see it. If you liked this episode, please hit follow, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Have a really great day. Bye.